write down a bossa nova, you know, for instance, and just, how should I say, just the statistics of it is just like, right? Which is, the notes are correct, but what makes it real is the phrasing, the accent, okay? Okay, and when it comes to those styles, really it is, every style has a key of the phrasing. You know, for instance, like, at one point, like in New York, I started to hang out with a lot of Brazilian guys, and I got to some of those gigs. I never really played Brazilian music, it was always kind of like Brazilian funk, you know, which is kind of like they have their own way of playing this. And then I started to, then this bass player said, like, look, you know, you have a good feel for this, but if you want to get into it, then there's two keys. Either you got to learn how to speak Portuguese, or you got to learn how to play the pandeiro. And then he gave me a pandeiro, which is a very difficult instrument to play. But when you do it, then you start to learn how where the 60 notes are at. So the phrasing of the 60 notes is there's a little hesitation and a little, you know, there's a little gap in there, there's a little bit more air. But those things, as I said before, you cannot go there too analytical. Of course, there's a way to make it analytical and go like, oh, this is a little bit behind the beat, and then here I'm pushing a little bit. But if you learn those things with an analytical mind, then when you play those things, it will always sound like that. It will sound analytical and mechanical. So the thing is just like, you know, you have, when it comes to phrasing, is you have to embrace the lifestyle of it, you know. It's kind of like, speaking the language really helps when you play those type of, you know, other styles. But from my own things, you know, phrasing is really thinking melodically, not rhythmically. I think that's where the key comes to, like, phrasing. You know, it's more like, it's long notes and short notes, which is something that with the drummers kind of disregard.